Hello, my name is Ritik Pillore, and this is my NSEM examination of Analysis Design and Algorithm. We are pursuing MTech IT from International Institute of Professional Institutes DAVB. My question paper, question number first: analysis the time complexity of the quicksort algorithm in average case and provide step-by-step explanation. Point one: quicksort is one of the most popular sorting algorithms which use the divide and conquer problem solving approach. Quicksort divide and conquer idea. Divide step. Divide the problem into smaller subproblem by partitioning XL, R into two smaller sub arrays around some pivot element. To do this, we use a partition method inside the quicksort function, which return the plaintext index of the pivot after the partition. Subproblem 1. Short x from 1 to pivot index 1. Subproblem 2. Short index from pivot plus 1 to R. Concurrent step. Short both whilst recursively. Combine step. After the concurrent step or whole area will give short, so there to need the problem the combined step. So when the select pivot randomly during the partition process, partitionary is highly unlikely to happen in the same way at every level. That is, some of the splits will be close to a balanced scenario and some will be close to an unbalanced scenario. In such a partial scenario, an average case analysis of quickshot will give us a better picture. Note, here we assume that the probability to choose each element as the pivot is equal likely. In the average case, the partition process will generate a combination of good balanced partition and bad unbalanced partition split, where good and bad split will be distributed randomly in the recursive tree. Strength question number 2. Critically evaluate strength matrix multiplication and compare time complexity with the traditional matrix multiplication method. Answer is strength matrix multiplication is the divide and conquer approach to solve the matrix multiplication problem. The usual matrix multiplication method multiplies each row with each column to achieve the product matrix. The time complexity taken by the approach is O n power 3, since it takes two loops to multiply. Strength method was introduced to reduce the time complexity from O n power 2 to O n log 7. Formulas for strength matrix multiplication and following are the follow formulas that are the be used the matrix multiplication. D1 is equal to A 1 into 1 plus A 2 into 2 into B11 plus B22. D2 is equal to A 2 into 1 plus A 2 into 2 into B11. D3 is equal to B12 minus B22 into A11. D4 is equal to B21 minus B1 into 1 or multiplication a to 2. D5 is equal to a 1 into 1 plus a 1 into 2 multiplication b 2 into 2. D6 is equal to a 2 into 1 minus a 1 into 1 or multiplication into b 1 multiplication 1 by 1 into 2. D7 is equal to 1 1 into 2 minus a 2 into 2 bracket into 2 into 1 plus b 2 into 2 bracket close. C 0 0 is 0 into 0 is equal to d1 plus d4 minus d5 plus d7. C 0 into 1 is equal to d3 plus d5. C 1 0 is equal to d2 plus d4. C 1 into 1 is equal to d1 plus d3 minus d2 minus d6. Time complexity. We can solve the recursive relation for Strand's algorithm using substitution method. The idea is to be make an educated guys for the solution and then use mathematically introduce the problem the the gas is collection. Let us assume that equation Tn is equal to O n T log 7, that is the time required to multiply 2n x n multiplies using Strand's algorithm is bounded by a constant time n. Raise the power of log base 2 of 7, then we can write equation Tn is equal to 7 Tn by 2 plus O n 2 is less than equal to 7 Cn 2 log 7 plus big O n by 2 n की power 2 where C is n constant is less than equal to 7 by 2 Cn log 7 minus Cn log n by 2 log 7 plus O n 2 by expanding the recursive. Now we need to prove that equation Tn is equal to 0, sorry, big O n power log 7 by induction for the base case let n is equal to 1, then equation Tn is equal to 0 1, which is true. For the induction step we assume that Tk is greater than Ck log 7 for all k greater than n. Then we have equation Tn is less than equal to T by 2 C log 7 plus big O n by 2 greater 7 by 2 C log 7 plus O n by 2 plus 7 by 2 C n by 2 log 7 greater 7 by 2 C n log 7 big O n by 2 greater C n log 7. Therefore, we have shown that T n is equal to big O n log 7, which means that the time required to multiply 2n into n matrix using strength algorithm is bounced by a constant time n rise to the power of log base 2 of 7. Question number 3. Evaluate Prim's algorithm for finding minimum spanning tree and provide real world scenario with it can be applied. Prim's algorithm is a greedy algorithm used to finding the minimum spanning tree MST of a whitest undirected graph. The algorithm starts with an arbitrary vertex and then appropriately adds the minimum weight edge that connect the current tree to a vertex not yet in the tree. The algorithm terminates when the vertices have been included in the tree. The steps of Prim's algorithm are as follows. First, start with an arbitrary vertex and add it to the MST. Repeat the following until all vertices are in MST. Uh, Option A, among all edges that connect a vertex in the MST to a vertex not yet in the MST, find the ones with the minimum weight. Add the vertex at the other end of the edge to the MST. Real world scenario Prim's algorithm can be applied in various fields such as in network design, transportation, and logistics. For example, consider a scenario where a company needs to build a network of road to connect multiple factories and warehouse in different locations. The cost of building each road varies depending on the distance and terrains between the locations. The companies want to minimize the total cost of building the road while ensuring that all factories and warehouses are connected. In this scenario, the location can be represented as vertices in a graph and the cost of building each road can be represented as the weight of the edge connected the vertices. The application of Prim's algorithm can be help company find the minimum cost of building the road while ensuring that all locations are connected. The MST obtained from the algorithm would provide the optimal solution of the company problem. Question number 3. Analyze Hamiltonian cycle and provide an example of how they can be used to real life example. A Hamiltonian cycle is in a graph is a path that visit each vertex exactly one and return to starting vertex. A graph that contains a Hamiltonian cycle is called a Hamiltonian graph. Find the Hamiltonian cycle in a graph is a well-known NP-complete problem, which means that it is believed to be computationally difficult to solve for large amounts. The example given real life application. One example of real life application of Hamiltonian cycle is in the field of transportation and logistics. Consider a delivery company that need to deliver package to a set of customer in a city. The company want to minimize the total distance traveled by its vehicle while ensuring that each customer is visited exactly one. This problem is known as the traveling salesman problem (TSP), which is tend to find a Hamiltonian cycle in complete graph. By finding the Hamiltonian cycle that visit each customer exactly one and has the minimum total distance, the delivery company can optimize its delivery routine and minimize the traverse time and fuel cost of the its vehicle. TSP has many other real-life applications such as critical board manufacturing, DNA sequence, and scheduling problem. In summary, Hamiltonian cycle have important application in various fields, including transportation, logistics, communication, science, and network designing. By finding the Hamiltonian cycle in a graph, we can optimize the delivery routine of a delivery company, route data packets in a network, or solve the optimized problem that involve visiting each vertex of a graph exactly one. Question number 4. Apply analytically prescriptive to develop a greedy algorithm for sequencing until this job with deadline and profit. Discuss the pros and limitations. The problem of sequencing until time jobs with deadlines and profit is a classically scheduling problem in which a set of jobs with different processing time, deadline, and profits need to be scheduled on a single machine. Each job need to be pursued within the deadline, and the objective is to maximize the total profit of the job that are complete on time. This problem can be probably using a greedy algorithm that stores the job in a non-increasing order of their profit to deadline ratio and schedules them in their order. The steps of the greedy algorithm are as follows. Compute the profit to deadline ratio for each job. Profit I deadline I showed the job is in non-increasing order of their profit to deadline ratio. Schedule the job in the order starting from the earliest available time slot. If a job cannot be completed within the deadline, skip it. Course. Greedy algorithms are simply and easy to implement, making the efficient for solving small to minimize problem. The algorithm can provide an optimal solution for the problem when the job has common deadline limitations. The greedy algorithm does not always provide an optimal solution when the job has different deadline. In some cases, the algorithm may not be able to complete all jobs within their deadline, resulting in a suboptimal solution. The algorithm does not consider the processing time of job, which can be lead insufficient use of the machine. The algorithm assume that each job can be completed within a until time, which may not be restricted in some right scenario. Iterative version. The iterative version of the Fibonacci function generates the Fibonacci number by iterating over the subsequence and sorting the previous two numbers. The time complexity of this algorithm is linear and can be expressed as equation T n equal to On. The iterative version of the Fibonacci function is more efficient than the recursive version of for large value of n because it has a low time complexity. Question number 5. Explain chain matrix multiplication with a suitable example. Chain matrix multiplication is a problem in which a sequence of matrices need to be multiplied to obtain a final matrix products. In this problem, the order of multiplication can affect the number of scalar multiplication required to obtain the final product. The objective is to find the optimal order of multiplication that minimize the total number of scalar multiplication required. Let us consider an example to illustrate the problem. Suppose we have three matrices A, B, and C with dimension 10 into 30, B matrix 3 into 5, C matrix 5 into 60. The obtain the final matrix obtain A, B, C. We can use two different order of matrix. Order 1 AB multiplication C. In this order, we first multiply A and B to obtain a 10 into 5 matrix and the multiply the result of C to obtain the final 10 into 60 matrix. The total number of scalar multiplication required for the order is 10 into 30 into 5 plus 10 into 5 into 60 is equal to 1500 plus 3000 is equal to 4500. Order 2 BAC. In this order, B first multiply B and C to obtain a 30 into 60 matrix and then multiply the result with A to obtain the final 10 into 60 matrix. The total number of scalar multiplication required for this order is 30 into 5 into 60 plus 10 into 30 into 60 is equal to 19,000 plus 18,000 is equal to 27,000. Therefore, the optimal order of multiplication is ABC, which requires few scalar multiplication. To solve the chain matrix multiplication problem, we can use dynamic programming is to compute the minimum number of scalar multiplication required for each sub problem. We can be define a matrix M with where mi into j represents the minimum number of scalar multiplication required to multiply matrix ai to aj. The recurrence relation for mi into j can be defined as m I into j is mean m into k plus 1 into j plus dim I into dim k plus ig plus dim j plus g. By computing the minimum number of scalar multiplication for each subproblem using dynamic programming, we can obtain the optimal order of multiplication and the minimum number of scalar multiplication required to obtain the final matrix product. In conclusion, chain multiplication matrix is a problem in which a sequence of matrices need to be multiplied to obtain a final matrix product. Question number 7. We use a critical to describe the travel salesman problem using dynamic programming and discuss of potential benefit and limitation in solving optimal problem. The TSP, traveling salesman problem, is a classic optimization problem that involves finding the shortest problem possible route that visit every city in a given set exactly one and the return to be start city. The problem is known to be NP hard, which means that no algorithm can solve it in polynomial time in the worst case. However, dynamic programming can be used to solve the TSP problem efficiently in some cases. Dynamic programming is a technique that involves breaking down a problem into smaller subproblem and solving each subproblem only once, sorting the solution in a table for later use. In the case of TSP, dynamic programming can be used to find the optimal route that visit every city exactly one by breaking down the problem subproblem over smaller size. One potential benefit of using dynamic programming to solve the TSP problem as the number of cities increases the size of state space and computation complexity of the problem, making it difficult to find an optimal solution in a reasonable amount of time. Furthermore, the use of dynamic programming to solve the TSP problem may be limited by the assumption made about the problem, such as the assumption that the distance between any two cities it is known in advance. The real world scenario, the distance between cities may be subject to change and additional question number 8. Analyze and compress the class P, NP, NP hard and NP complete problem. Discuss their significance in computer science and their potential real world application. The most common class P, NP, NP hard and NP complete. P, polynomial time. The time is the class. The problem in this class can be solved in a polynomial time, which means that the time required to solve them is proportional to a polynomial function of the input size. These problems are considered efficient and can be solved in a reasonable amount of time. NP, non-deterministic polynomial time. The problem in this class can be verified in polynomial time, but there is no algorithm that can be solved in the polynomial time. These problems are considered to be difficult and may require exponential time to solve. Explain to NP problem. NP hard, non-deterministic polynomial hard. These are problems that are at least difficult as the hardest problem in NP. This means that is an NP hard problem can be solved in polynomial time. Then all problem in NP can be solved in polynomial time as well. NP complete. These are problems that are both in NP and NP hard. This means that they are difficult to solve and may require exponential time but verified in polynomial time. Example, NP complete problem include traversing salesman problem and an accept problem. The signification of these classes lies in their partial implementation for solving, but they often arise the real world applications such as scheduling, logistics, and optimization. NP hard problems are the most difficult and finding efficient solution to them have sufficient partial implementation in fields such as cryptography, database optimization, and routine. Thank you for watching.